Hello, everybody. I'm Mónica Sarabia, Project Manager for Internationalization at the Technical Office for Internationalization and Cooperation within the Vice-rectorate of Internationalization and Multilingualism at UNED.
And I'm Ángeles Sánchez-Elvira Paniagua, Director of the UNESCO Chair in Distance Education at UNED.
In this presentation, we will explore internationalization through the lens of digital and distance education and the tools that can support this process. We will begin by discussing the concept of internationalization in higher education in general. Following that, we will dive into international digital education, looking at its pivotal role in advancing the internationalization of higher education. Finally, we will examine the digital tools available to extend and enhance our internationalization efforts, making them more inclusive and accessible to a broader range of students and higher education institutions.
What is internationalization? We continue to rely on the concept introduced by Kinnett in 1994, which defines internationalization in higher education as the process through which universities integrate international, intercultural, and global dimensions into their core functions: teaching, research, knowledge transfer, and knowledge exchange. Building upon this definition, we emphasize that internationalization should be a deliberate process aimed at enhancing the quality of education and research for the entire university community while making a meaningful contribution to society. The methods and motivations behind this process may vary from one institution to another. More than ever, universities are defining their own internationalization strategies, aligning their actions with their unique capacities and needs. What are the benefits of internationalization in higher education institutions? To increase the mobility of students and teaching and research staff through exchange programs and international academic mobility. To promote the integration of students in a globalized world, access to greater cultural diversity, and the development of global competence to enrich the learning process through the exchange of ideas and perspectives. To extend participation in international networks and build a strategic alliance with universities and organizations in other countries, opening doors to new academic and professional opportunities and join international projects, and enhance opportunities to attract talent, reach the educational community, and improve institutional reputation. Let's take a look at the long-term impact and opportunities that internationalization brings to higher education. Firstly, social awareness, responsibility, and global citizenship. Internationalization encourages students to engage with global issues, promoting a deeper understanding of the world and fostering a sense of responsibility to contribute to global solutions. Next, research and collaboration. By expanding international networks, higher education institutions can access better collaboration opportunities, both in research and funding. This opens doors to valuable partnerships and resources, helping institutions stay at the forefront of innovation. The third benefit is global presence and accreditation. As institutions expand their reach and visibility on a global scale, they improve their academic standards, aligning with international accreditation systems and harmonizing the quality of programs across borders. This helps ensure that academic credentials hold global value. Finally, enhanced education quality. Internationalization plays a crucial role in improving education quality by facilitating knowledge exchange, promoting technology transfer, and encouraging research collaboration.
Nowadays, digitalization is transforming international education by breaking barriers and creating new opportunities. It enhances accessibility, making learning more inclusive by removing physical limitations and enabling global participation. At the same time, it promotes sustainability, reducing the carbon footprint of international education by minimizing travel and resource consumption. Additionally, digitization drives innovation, fostering new models for global learning experiences that are more flexible, interactive, and scalable. Together, these elements position digital education as a key driver of internationalization, making learning more inclusive, eco-friendly, and forward-thinking. In discussing digital internationalization, we encounter the concept of internationalization at home. This approach differs from traditional international mobility programs, also known as internationalization abroad, in several significant ways. Internationalization at home is defined as the purposeful integration of international and intercultural dimensions into the formal and informal curriculum within domestic learning environments. Professors Just Beelan and Elspeth Jones articulated this concept and emphasized providing global perspectives to all students regardless of their ability to participate in traditional mobility programs. Internationalization at home brings global perspectives into the domestic learning environment, making international education accessible to all students, not just those who can travel abroad. First, it has an inclusive approach, ensuring that all students, regardless of their ability to study abroad, have access to international perspectives. This is followed by curriculum integration, where international and intercultural elements are systematically included in the formal curriculum, such as course content and learning outcomes, and informal activities like co-curricular programs. Internationalization at home also emphasizes domestic learning, extending beyond the classroom into local community engagement and interactions with international students. Finally, while it doesn't replace traditional mobility programs, it is complementary to mobility, offering global learning opportunities without travel. Regarding the benefits of internationalization at home, we can mention the following ones. It develops intercultural competencies and global skills for all students. It promotes inclusivity by removing barriers such as cost or logistical challenges associated with physical mobility. And it supports sustainability by reducing the environmental impact of international travel. In the evolving landscape of internationalization in higher education, Bart Rayantes and his colleagues introduced the concept of internationalization at distance as a distinct third category, separate from internationalization at home and internationalization abroad. Internationalization at home focuses on incorporating global perspectives into domestic curricula and activities. Internationalization abroad involves physical mobility, such as studying in another country. However, internationalization at distance takes a different approach. It leverages digital technologies to allow students to engage with international education without ever leaving their home country. This approach blurs the traditional boundaries between home and host students by enabling meaningful cross-border learning experiences through virtual classrooms, online collaborations, and global networking opportunities. Even more, internationalization at distance is not just a substitute for physical mobility. It is a transformative model that expands access to international education, fostering a truly interconnected academic environment. We can say that internationalization at distance reshapes global learning by creating a third space beyond physical borders. It ensures that students, no matter where they are or their background and characteristics, can actively engage in international experiences and develop intercultural competencies. Since technology is transforming higher education, this approach becomes essential for making internationalization more inclusive and accessible to all. It opens doors for students who may not have the opportunity to travel, allowing them to connect, collaborate, and learn on an international and global scale.
In UNED, we started our journey in the Office for Internationalization in 2002, when internationalization became a key element in higher education. Since then, and until now, we have been navigating this fascinating world, discovering new and better ways of internationalization every year. We will share now a little of our experience, which has continuously been developing within the distance education methodology. So, our actions have tried to maximize internationalization and its benefits through our university's methodology, which was and is distance education. It is in this context that we continue our presentation. In our perspective, the internationalization of higher education is a process that should be intentional, with the aim of improving the quality of teaching and research for the whole university community and contributing significantly to society. The how and why may differ from one institution to another. Increasingly, each university defines its internationalization strategy, focusing on actions according to its capacities and needs. UNED by our nature, and together with other distant education institutions, we have developed our strategies that help our communities. As time passes, we can see that these internationalization actions are introduced and implemented in the different higher education systems, regardless of their methodology. Nobody doubts the importance and benefits of internationalization in higher education for the educational pathways of our students and in the quality of our institutions, among other things. In the context of higher education, mobility can be defined as a meaningful strategy for intercultural learning by the movement of educators, students, or administrators, as well as the training course, program, or research across national or geographical barriers using the following formulas: in persons at distance, virtual, or a combination of them. However, for a long time, internationalization was equated with the mobility that an institution could have in terms of students and researchers. Over the years, it has been that the internationalization goes beyond mobility, and although it continues via essential indicators, progress has been made towards new internationalization models and actions where the creation of networks is increasingly positioned as the main alternative, as reflected in the European call Erasmus+ of the European education area. The importance of higher education as a means of combating social inequalities and promoting the strength of technology and social growth of our society is an objective that should not be overlooked. Let us explain what we mean by inclusive higher education internationalization. It's about ensuring that global opportunities like studying abroad or participating in cross-cultural learning are available to every student, regardless of their background, abilities, special needs, or financial resources. The goal is to create an environment where diversity, equity, and inclusion are at the forefront, allowing all students to benefit from international experiences and thrive in a connected world. Internationalization can and should play an essential role in terms of inclusion, and the development of ICT should support the growth of opportunities for action that make internationalization a part of university and not just preserve of a minority, but allow for a democratization of the benefits of internationalization in terms that consider the difference and needs between countries and between institutions. Furthermore, the internationalization of higher education must work towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, and we see that when both dimensions, digital learning and internationalization, are articulated, they contribute significantly to various goals such as SDGs 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, or 17. At UNED, we have worked to develop new tools to contribute to the internationalization of higher education because, like most institutions, we have seen that the physical mobility has been a signet to a minimum percentage of our university community. We have developed a distinct distance education approach focusing on tailored methods. These methods are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of distance learning, ensuring flexibility and accessibility for all students. We also prioritize global engagement, empowering our academic community to connect and collaborate across borders, bringing diverse perspectives into the learning process. Lastly, our evolving practice is reflected in the ongoing implementation of internationalization actions, which are adapted and expanded across different systems to continuously improve and strengthen our educational approach. As an example, in 2005, we launched a European project, an adaptive project, to establish what could be a model of virtual mobility. In 2011, we put into practice this model through the program UNED Campus Net, where we develop virtual mobility programs by creating knowledge networks between universities in different countries and regions. In this experience, the students could follow the subjects of other institutions, and the credits were recognized inside the curriculum. These are the three main tools we use for digital internationalization. First, virtual mobility, understood here as the possibility of studying an undergraduate or postgraduate degree program at the local, national, or international level. But we also have other tools, such as the Collaborative Online International Learning, or COIL, and Massive Open Online Courses, or MOOC, which have begun or are becoming the most widely used alternative for the internationalization in higher education today, as an alternative or complement to traditional internationalization actions. Let's dive first into the concept of virtual mobility. Virtual mobility is an excellent tool for internationalization because it can cover in a single activity almost all the aspects that strengthen the international intercultural competence of universities, contributing to the dimension on which internationalization focuses, such as the curricular internationalization program of study, as well as the teaching and learning process and the recognition of credit through these mobilities. Virtual mobility in the context of distance education refers to the use of information and communication technologies to facilitate international academic, cultural, and experiential exchanges without requiring physical travel. It serves as an alternative or complement to traditional physical mobility programs, enabling students and educators to engage in cross-border collaboration and learning through digital platforms. Through virtual mobility, students can study for an undergraduate or postgraduate degree program locally, nationally, or internationally. Virtual mobility also allows students to study specific topics or a determined number of credits or courses within their own studies. When we think about the 4 basic dimensions of virtual mobility, we can identify key aspects transforming higher education globally. First, there is the virtual relocation of students, professors, administrative staff, and research institutions across countries. This allows for seamless connections and exchanges regardless of geographic boundaries. Next, we have the development of joint study programs. These programs bring together students and faculty from different institutions, creating opportunities for collaborative learning and shared academic experiences globally. The third dimension is the internationalization of curricula. This involves integrating global perspectives into academic programs, as well as fostering joint and collaborative research efforts through institutional alliances. Finally, there is project-based coordination and institutional networks. This dimension focuses on collaborative projects and partnerships, further strengthening international ties and enhancing education and research's global impact. These are key features of virtual mobility ICT-based learning. Virtual mobility relies on tools such as video conferencing, online forums, shared documents, and virtual classrooms to enable real-time interactions between students and educators from different countries. Accessibility and inclusivity. It provides opportunities for individuals who face barriers to physical mobility due to socioeconomic factors, disabilities, or personal responsibilities. Academic recognition. Courses completed through virtual mobility are often recognized in the student's academic record via cooperation agreements between institutions. Intercultural exchange. Participants work with peers from diverse backgrounds, fostering intercultural understanding and global competencies. And flexibility. Virtual mobility allows students to engage in international experiences at their own pace and location, making education more adaptable. Regarding the benefits of virtual mobility, we can mention cost-effectiveness, eliminates travel-related expenses while offering international exposure. Environmental sustainability, reduces the carbon footprint associated with physical travel. Skill development, enhances digital literacy, communication skills, and intercultural problem-solving abilities. And global networking, facilitates connections with international peers and educators, enriching professional profiles. The second tool is collaborative online international learning. Also referred to as a globally networking learning and virtual exchange, is a new teaching and learning paradigm that promotes the development of intercultural competence across shared in multicultural learning environments. Through internet-based tools and innovation in online pedagogy, COIL fosters meaningful exchange between university-level teachers and students with peers in geographical distance locations and from different linguistic and cultural backgrounds. This method links, for instance, a class of a Spanish institution with a college or university abroad course that is co-equal, and taught by educators who collaborate to develop a shared syllabus that emphasizes experimental and collaboration student-centered learning. In most cases, students enroll, pay tuition, and earn grades only at their home institution, while the international competence of the course takes place solely online. The individual course may be fully online or more often offered by blended formats with traditional face-to-face sessions at both institutions. How does a COIL course differ from a typical online or distance learning course? A COIL course is especially designed for students with different cultural and geophysical perspectives and experience. A typical online course may include students from different parts of the world. However, a COIL course engages students in learning the course content both through their own unique cultural lens and by sharing their cultural and experimental lens as they move through the learning material together. And the third tool we want to consider is MOOCs, that is, Massive Open Online Course. MOOCs are characterized by being online courses, having no formal access requirements, being mainly distributed with no limit on the number of participants, not allowing credit to be earned, and usually free or a reduced cost to those enrolled. Also, there may be a cost to complementing the course if a certificate is desired. Not all MOOCs are the same. At least two different types can be distinguished. X-MOOCs are derived from university courses delivered by a teacher with a final exam and a completion certificate. The other one is the C-MOOCs, a constructivist course in which the learners contribute to the course and are issued no completion certificate. A single standardized exam is not possible. This typology is better used at scale, and the best way to combine both approaches, but X-MOOCs are by far the most common. MOOCs have been and continue to be a tool for internationalization. At the same time, they stand out as the most inclusive option, designed to be accessible to everyone. Their core principle is the elimination of barriers to knowledge, ensuring that anyone at any stage of life can engage in this type of training. By making education more comprehensive and widely available, they empower individuals to continue learning throughout their lives.
We want to conclude by emphasizing some crucial ideas. Internationalization in education can take two forms, exclusive or inclusive. While some approaches may benefit only a minority, others are designed to be inclusive, ensuring all students can access global learning experiences. Fortunately, there is a growing institutional commitment from universities worldwide to make international education more inclusive. More institutions are recognizing the importance of ensuring that all students, regardless of their background, personal characteristics, or financial resources, can benefit from internationalization. Moreover, virtual integration plays a significant role in extending the benefits of international education. Digital tools have made it possible to reach a wider society, providing global learning opportunities to many higher education students who might otherwise be excluded from traditional mobility programs. This is why we can conclude that digital education promotes a more inclusive higher education, provided that, at the same time, connectivity, access to devices with internet connection, and training in digital skills are also strengthened. We hope this presentation has been of interest and valuable to you.
Thank you for being with us. Here is my email where you can contact me if you need further information.